Way before the first selfie, the ancient Greeks and Romans told a story about someone dangerously in love with his own reflection. In the myth, Narcissus was a strikingly handsome young man searching the world for love. But when he rejected the affection of a nymph named Echo, fate turned cruel. Narcissus stumbled upon a clear pool of water, saw his own reflection, and became entranced. Unable to pull himself away, he wasted away at the water's edge until he died. From that place a flower grew, the Narcissus. This myth is more than just an old story. It reflects the timeless idea of narcissism, an intense, sometimes destructive self-focus. But narcissism isn't only a theme in myths or advice columns. Modern psychology studies it closely, defining it as an inflated and exaggerated self-image. To different degrees, narcissists believe they are more attractive, smarter, and more important than others, and that they deserve special treatment. Psychologists generally identify two main types of narcissism: grandiose and vulnerable. And then there's the more severe form known as narcissistic personality disorder. Grandiose narcissism is the more recognizable type. These individuals are outgoing, dominant, and constantly seeking attention. They often chase positions of power, as politicians, celebrities, or leaders. Of course, not everyone in the spotlight is narcissistic. Many pursue success with positive goals like helping others or fulfilling their potential. But narcissists crave power primarily for the admiration and status it brings. Vulnerable narcissists, on the other hand, appear more quiet and reserved. They still feel entitled and superior, but they are easily wounded by criticism and quick to feel slighted. In both forms, narcissism often reveals its darker side over time. Narcissists may act selfishly, make reckless or unethical choices, and struggle with honesty or faithfulness in relationships. When their grand self-image is threatened, they may lash out with resentment or aggression. In a way, it's like a condition where the narcissist feels fine, but those around them pay the price. At its extreme, narcissism becomes a diagnosable psychological disorder, narcissistic personality disorder, NPD. This condition affects about 1–2% of the population, more often men, and is only diagnosed in adults. While children and teenagers can seem self-absorbed, that behavior is often just part of normal development. According to the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, DSM-5, NPD is marked by traits such as an inflated self-view, lack of empathy, entitlement, and an intense need for admiration. What makes it a true disorder is when these traits dominate a person's life and cause serious problems, like exploiting family members for attention, or refusing to accept feedback by dismissing everyone else as wrong. So where does narcissism come from? Research shows it's partly genetic, but environment matters too. Overly praising parents can encourage grandiose narcissism, while cold and controlling parents may foster vulnerable narcissism. Culture also plays a role. Societies that emphasize individualism and self-promotion often see higher levels of narcissism. For instance, in the U.S., narcissism has been on the rise since the 1970s, a shift linked to the self-esteem movement and growing materialism. Today, social media has given narcissists an endless stage for self-promotion. Still, studies suggest social media doesn't cause narcissism. Rather, it amplifies opportunities for those who already lean that way. But here's the hopeful part. Narcissism isn't set in stone. Through honest self-reflection, therapy, and practices like compassion, narcissists can soften their destructive patterns. The challenge, however, is that true self-reflection requires looking in the mirror from an angle many narcissists find deeply uncomfortable.